Welcome to the series Bip-Happiness, where we will talk about the biological factors behind human happiness. Usually, happiness is talked about in terms of social factors like success, relationships, money, power, etc. And in the modern times, we have made great progress on each of those things. But can we say that the modern man is happier than the ancients? Maybe not. But then what is happening? Are we stuck on a treadmill in a room, running faster and faster to realize we are in the same place? Has all this progress come to that? This whole notion of happiness requires serious scrutiny and exploration. Before we dive into the biological factors, let's talk a bit about different notions of happiness and shades of mood. Now, there are some people who believe that human happiness is completely illusory, it's not possible to attain it, we need to transcend it, and there is no such thing. There are others who believe pursuit of human happiness is the most basic, the core idea of being a human, and everything is about it. There are other experts who say that happiness is complex, confusing, so let's understand it by taking the inverse, which is suffering, because suffering is easy to observe and decipher. There are many ambiguities and confusions around this. Still, in our approach, we are focused on talking about happiness directly and through the biological factors. Let's begin by exploring different shades of mood. Now, sometimes we are acting with anger, fear, other times by thrill and excitement. In fact, young people and people who love adventure love to stay in the excitement zone and they want to keep doing those activities which keep them there. Others, maybe a bit more elder people, might, or those who prefer more meditative states, might like the state of bliss more than that, and they try to be in that state. Now, all of us are also familiar with the feelings of boredom when psychologically time comes to a standstill and it's difficult to pass a moment. How much boredom a person feels is actually an indicator of their mental health. In a society which is happier, or a person, the need for entertainment would be very low. Mind you, I'm talking about entertainment and not celebration, which is a separate thing. We're also familiar with shades of being in stress when we are being pushed or pressured. In fact, it seems like to get to do anything in this capitalistic society, we have to be under some stress or anxiety. Now, a little bit of it is good for productivity and actually also makes people develop and grow, but chronically, to be under stress for a long period of time can be detrimental to physical and mental health. Now, contrary to the shade of stress is the shade of depression, where the fear or the failure takes such deep root that one just doesn't feel like doing anything. One doesn't want to come out, show up, or talk to anybody except maybe a friend or a therapist. And trends show that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men will experience a major depressive episode in their lifetime. What is your current shade? Do you keep oscillating between many of these shades? Does it help you to experience one of them better or it makes you tired? Now, there have been many scientists, creatives, artists who have had a bipolar mood or a depressive mood and have gone to create most amazing creations. In fact, if you look at many successful CEOs, they look quite anxious and stressed all the time. One can even say that as a society in whole, we are going through a lot of boredom. People are bored of their jobs, they're bored of their houses, cars, relationships, even their hobbies, and are constantly looking for something new, something amusing, a breaking news, another reel, or another validation from something, because we're not so intrinsically motivated by what we are doing. So we keep looking for some medals, some points of validation. So boredom is a very big shade that we are experiencing. Contentment, calmness, fulfillment, these remain desirable as ever. But to maybe attain them, we have to go more towards wholeness. But whatever our endeavors are, they're more towards strengthening the self, expanding our independence, and actually causing more and more separation in the world, making the states of calmness and fulfillment even more unattainable. I think that many of us keep oscillating between the shades of excitement, boredom, and stress, just between these three. And there are many people who are stuck between a cycle of only boredom and stress. Benjamin Franklin said that many men die at 25 and they are not buried until they are 75. It is important to assess the larger shade of one's mood, and it is a good idea to quantify your emotions and cognition. Cognition is our ability to solve complex problems, and it is possible to improve one's cognition, which leads to improvement in confidence and leads to a better shade of the mood. I invite you to the Moodforest website where you can go and take an easy, free psychological test to understand these things. We are also conducting the Green Mind study, and some of you who fit the criteria might be lucky to win a chance in participating in that. In the next episode, we are going to talk about the happiness sum and what is the weightage for different components like finance, relationships, spirituality in the gross basket of human happiness. Your comments will help us go deeper into the upcoming episodes. Now, content like this might not show up on the top on your social media, so please subscribe to it if you want to continue in this exploration. If you think your family or friends could benefit from it, please do share. Thank you for your attention. Namaste.